Well, I finally saw The Running Man, and I gotta say, I did not like it. I haven't been one of the biggest Edgar Wright fans, really. I liked Baby Driver, that was fun. It's probably the music. The music made it really fun. The action was good. It was gripping. I didn't really feel like the action was gripping in this one. Glenn Powell is Ben Richards. He needs money because his child is sick, but he can't get a job because he keeps crashing out at work. See, Glenn Powell crashes out all throughout this movie, but always at the wrong times. For the first half of the movie, all he does is yell at some kids. Grabs this one kid by the collar and slams him in this complete overreaction. But this guy just has overreactions to everything. Thanos is reading his file at the start and he's like, insubordination. It's like, yeah, no kidding. Like, honestly, not likable like Arnold was. Arnold was a lot more likable. And yeah, I'm gonna compare this to the 1987 movie because they put Arnold on the money. Whatever that means, Arnold's on the money. Is he the original Ben Richards, president of that world, and he let the Running Man keep going? I don't think so. I think they just put him on the money and didn't think about it. Because this movie doesn't think about anything. It exists to exist. It has no heart, it has no soul. This is a movie from a director who has given up, clearly. They're just like, well, this is what you have to do now to make a movie in the studio system. If I want to make this movie, I just gotta make this bland, boring mess that's for nobody. Can't offend anybody, can't entertain anybody either. I don't know if it's Glenn Powell's fault. I mean, I don't necessarily love him, really. He hasn't shown a whole lot of acting chops, and really the bar's set pretty low. Arnold was really not that good at acting in the old Running Man. I watched it again recently just to really get a feel between the two.
I'll tell you what I think of it. Here is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero.
Yeah, I'm gonna compare them, whatever. The point is, Arnold could barely act in it, but his characters said and did generally the right things. So it kind of works in like a storytelling kind of way. The Glenn Powell one, I don't know, he just acts unhinged at the worst time. He's like, I need a job. And they're like, okay, well, it sounds like you've had some trouble. Is everything all right? Screw you! How could you ask me that? Blah, blah, blah. And like a large chunk of this movie, it's just a waste of time. They take the Running Man part of the name way too seriously. The only action scenes there are for like the first hour and a bit is him running. He doesn't do anything. It's either him sitting quietly by himself in a room or him running. At least the older movie had Arnold interact with people. The other runners were there. These other two runners are off in their own world doing their own thing. One guy doesn't think it's real for some reason, even though he signed up for it. Then the other girl, for some reason, goes to a casino. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna party at the casino. Oh shit, they found me. How could they have found me while I was here partying at the casino? But I wish they had interacted. It would have given them something to do. Like the whole first part of the movie is Glenn Powell hiding in silence, staring, creeping. He has to mail in like daily progress reports, which again, it's just kind of boring. I don't know if these are things from the book that wanted to be portrayed in the movie. I haven't read the book personally, but I just feel like it wasn't important and it dragged the movie down. The movie's over 2 hours long and they could have cut a half hour of this movie out. Half hour of meandering. It wasn't even good world building because it doesn't really show a dystopian future where this would exist, right? It doesn't show a world that would be okay with the amount of collateral damage that happens from the Running Man, because these people are out running around in the real world for 30 days while trained assassins are shooting at them, blowing them up, and like regular people are getting hurt and shot, and the assassins don't care, and the people watching the show don't care. Nobody cares. At least in the old movie, it was a controlled environment. It takes place over 3 hours, so there's one audience. It makes sense. Like, who's coming back to this Running Man studio every day for 30 days to sit there and watch nothing happen, to sit there and watch somebody hide? It's pretty weird. Another big part of the Running Man is the Resistance, but this version of the Running Man introduces the Resistance way too late. It's just like, oh, by the way, you should talk to this Resistance after like an hour and 20 minutes. It's weird. And that's where Michael Cera comes in. And like, yeah, that part's fun. It livens up the movie a little bit, but it's pointless and it's kind of dumb. It's this weird like Home Alone feeling cartoonish scene. It felt out of place, but at the same time, at least it was the first interesting thing that happened in a very long time. Thank you for giving us something, I guess. Thanos, Josh Brolin, he's good. He's fine. I'm just trying to figure out the host's name. Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo plays the host. He did a great job. He actually brought a lot of life to the movie. Why did I think he was the guy from Severance? Anyway, Coleman Domingo. great job as the host, but he didn't have very much to do. I wonder if they cut out parts where the host was interacting with people. See, one thing I like about the old Running Man is there's more than one person that they can send after Arnold, and then the audience is voting on it. And it really feels like we're watching The Masked Singer. It really feels like the kind of dystopia that we're living in, right? This feels like a weird sanitized dystopia from the people that are dystopia-ing us. These people are putting us in this crappy world state, and then like, well, here's what we're telling you a dystopia looks like now. But if you look at the old Running Man, it looks like right now. It really does. The people watching the screen could be watching this at Young Dundas Square, whatever they call it in Toronto now. Because nothing in life has gotten better since then, really. All the infrastructure is the same. The outside world in the 1987 Running Man looks like my outside world right now. It's crazy. One thing that bothered me, and it's in the trailer too, Glenn Powell screaming, "Stop filming me! Stop filming me!" Like, bro, you signed up for a TV show where you can win $1 billion new Arnold Schwarzenegger dollars, okay? 1 billion Arnold bucks. So they're gonna film you. Arnold in the other movie is like, I'm gonna ram whatever down your head and ram it down your spine or whatever. Ram my arm down your throat and pull your spine out.
Ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine! Ah!
Some nonsense like that, right? But at least it was a threat. The other guy's just like, "Meh, stop filming me, meh." In this trailer, he's like, everyone in the country's trying to murder me. And it's like, nah, that's underused. No one really does anything. It's a very empty world. Nobody's trying to do nothing. I was expecting John Wick 2, where everyone's like an assassin. You're looking around, everyone's looking at you. It's nothing. Maybe after Ant-Man, Edgar Wright decided, nah, I'm not losing this next baby that I worked on when people wanted to interfere with what he wanted to do. But I don't know, if the slow, boring parts are the parts that he really wanted to include, and the entertaining parts are what was forced upon him, then maybe this wasn't the movie for him. Ending was not great. You know, the beginning, middle, and end of this movie was not great. It was just kind of meh. And I'm not going to remember it much in a few days, so I got to get this done as soon as I can. It's already been too long since I've seen it. It's already been a whole day since I've seen it. I've forgotten so much because there was really nothing to it. Yawn. You know, it'd be nice if they could make a movie again where I care about people. Everyone's just this unlikable bleh of a person. They're sexless. They're emotionless. Movies suck now. And I get if you wanted to make a different kind of movie, you want to separate yourself from the original, you don't want it to be an action fest. Somebody should have sent that memo to the trailer people, because the trailer people showed it as an action fest. They showed every action scene in the trailer. God, everything just looks so fake. I just miss when things actually looked real, man. Brought to you by a talking rabbit on the internet. So I'm disappointed to say I did not like The Running Man. And I'm going to ask my dad if he likes it, because I know he wants to see it. I told him I didn't like it. It's like, oh, well, I want to see it. So we'll see what he says. I would never tell him not to watch it. I would never tell y'all not to watch it. Watch it if you want. Like it if you want. There's little bits of things in this to like. Personally, I don't recommend it, but if you want to see it, I do hope you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, or if you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments. I think that's all I wanted to say. Can't recommend The Running Man. Running Man bad. Running Man boring. Running Man waste of money. Thanks for watching.